Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. Happy New Comic Book Day, September 20th, 2023. I hope all you guys found all your books in your cubby, on the new comic book shop wall, or mailed to you. However you guys get your comics, I hope you guys found all the comics you were looking for this week. I know I did in 2 loud, mysterious black bags, and we'll go ahead and get dived into what I picked up at my LCS this week. Now before we do, hey, just want to let you guys know, click the link below, come hang out with me on Instagram, like, comment, subscribe, do the thing for the YouTube algorithm. Let's go ahead and get dived into what I picked up this week. First loud, mysterious black bag out of the way. I picked up 5 books, so I've already read them all. Go ahead and do a top 5 on that. So in the 5th slot, mainly just, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I have not been reading this storyline, so this was the first issue that I've read of this. I know a lot of people are always recommending this one, so I picked up World's Finest issue number 19. I picked it up for the Nick Cage cover. This Nicolas Cage Superman is too cool, so I picked it up for that reason and figured, well, you know, everyone's been saying it's such a really good read. Let's read it since I grabbed it for the cover. Why not read it? It was okay. I don't know if I'm gonna pick up, you know, the next issue. I don't know if they talked me into continuing with the series, but it wasn't bad. Like it read pretty well. I sort of was like slightly lost. There was this bad guy that I didn't really get too much of an introduction to, but he was like from Krypton, and him and Superman were duking it out, and like Batman and stuff was stuck in this negative zone, I believe. It was interesting. They got Batman, you know, Soup's got, like, Batman gets out eventually, and you know, Batman and Superman find a way to defeat this bad guy from Krypton, kind of another evil Kryptonian, if you will, that had been stuck in the negative zone, I guess, for all this time. It was kind of my understanding. It was pretty fun. I had a lot of fun with it, but the Nick Cage cover's definitely what got me. That's a super fun cover. So in the number 4 spot, I've got Wolverine 37 with this. It's kind of an homage cover to Hulk 181. In its own way. They're in slightly different positions, but it's definitely an homage cover. I thought that was cool. The issue is a pretty dark issue with a lot of brutality, and Wolverine and Hulk go on a mission together to kill some of these Wolverine clones that Beast, like some of the final remaining Beast cloned Wolverines that are out there. And so yeah, Beast has been cloning these Wolverines over this last run, and there's 3 of them still. You know, Beast is kind of taken care of for now, but these 3 Wolverines, they somehow made it out and are causing havoc. Doesn't spoil anything because it's the first one. One of them kind of turns into a Wendigo. He goes up north and some things happen. He ends up turning into a Wendigo Wolverine. So Wolverine's fighting that, and the Hulk shows up and helps him. And they kind of like decide, hey, let's do this together, right? For whatever reason, you know, Banner and Logan have a history. And so they take off on an adventure to take out some more of these clones, and it was pretty fun. At the end of it, it all wraps up in that one story too, and it looks like Wolverine's next goal is to try to salvage what he can of the mutants that are left after the fall of X. So I'm really interested too to see, you know, where Percy takes us next. It kind of ends on a almost like Wolverine promising that he's gonna fix it. I don't know if he could do that by himself, but I like the sensibility of that, and the whole issue is pretty fun. In the number 3 spot, I had Nightwing 106. kind of an interesting cover here. Does allude to what's going on in the issue. There is a question of what's inside the box. Um, this one kind of starts with a mystery of what's inside this box. We actually go back a couple years. I'm not spoiling anything. This is like the setup that would make you interested in reading the issue. So we go back a bunch of years to when Nightwing was shot in the head and had like some memory loss, and he was great, Grayson, and he kind of had this other personality, and at that time, like this guy kind of gives him this package of information. They don't really tell us what it is, and he decides that he's not able to care for this in his current state with his memory the way it is, and he's gonna have it held by this the hold, as they call it, which is this boat and a bunch of mercenaries that keep everything on the boat and nothing leaves the hold, as the one guy says a few times in the issue. And so now we come back to the future, and Nightwing, for reasons I'll leave to reading the issue to find out. But Nightwing's kind of on a mission to retrieve this package and find out what his other self left for him. And it was pretty interesting. I'm curious to see kind of where they're going with it. I like the fact that it feels like we're setting up a hopefully even a 3-issue story arc. A lot of times Nightwings are one-off, and I feel like a 3-issue story arc right now could be fun. And as usual, Heartless, as at least recently, Heartless, excuse me, is in the background, behind the scenes, and he is plotting and scheming to do something. So something's coming up with that too. In the number 2 spot, I had this really introspective and interesting art issue, Guardians of the Galaxy number 6, and just this one was so like kind of off the pace of your regular comic. The way it was drawn and kind of the way that the writing is approached. I don't want to. This storyline has actually been really good, and the way that the story was told in this, I honestly, guys, I can't even really explain what's happening without going into enough heavy spoilers that I feel like I'd be spoiling the issue for you. So what I will say is that we'll see what happens, but if you guys like the Guardians of the Galaxy and the team that's in the movies and stuff, yeah, man, you might be kind of curious to see what went down this week in this issue. Maybe read your previews for the next for issue number 7 if you're like, you don't mind being spoiled. You'll kind of be able to get an idea of it from there. But some interesting things went down, and we definitely got some really good writing, and some art panels that were they were very different. You're not in normal space. You're in this kind of alternate reality within Groot's head is the best way to describe it, and it was just really beautiful, and I liked the art in it. I don't know, I had fun with it. In the number 1 spot, and this one's actually consistently been in the number 1. I gotta give Wells props. He's really turned this run around for me. This is the second issue we have of Black Suit Spider-Man being back and Peter being basically a bad A. And I mean, he's brutal in this issue, and it's dark. It's just really dark. I don't know if I've ever read an Amazing Spider-Man that's quite this dark, and it's really interesting. we got art by Patrick Gleason in this issue as well, which you know, I'm sure he was, having a blast drawing Black Suit Spider-Man throughout the issue, and you could tell that he was, because his heart's really poured into some of this work, and it's this comic's a treat, guys. Amazing Spider-Man 34 gets my #1 spot. It's a really good issue. I don't want to go into again, another one that, I just don't really want to go. I don't want to spoil what's going on. Spider-Man's doing things you would not ever be thinking that he'd be doing, and it is, he's dark, like dark. he Okay, I'll give you one little bit. He beats Norman Osborn to a bloody pulp, and his hands, so he beats him so bad, his hands are covered in blood, and blood spatter all over his face. And after that, he kind of decides, okay, I'm gonna go off and pick another one of my bad guys that I don't really like that much, and that's what I'm gonna give you. it's pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and get dived into this last little bit. Not all of it's comic book, but I thought I'd share it with you guys and share a fun little story. Went to my local comic at my comic shop this week, and I'm like I said, it's not fully comic, but I got it at the comic shop, and I thought it's an interesting story. Bear with me if you're not too interested in sports, but I'm actually a really big San Diego Chargers fan. Well, they're LA Chargers now. I grew up in San Diego, watching the team with my mom, and I've always loved the team. Since I moved to Iowa, it's usually pretty hard to find Chargers merchandise and things like that, collectible items and stuff. And so I go into my comic store on Wednesday. I picked out my comics. I'm up at the register. They kind of have this, you guys have seen before. I buy Funko Pops every now and again. I think I have about 15 to 20, something like that. And I glance at the new Funko Pops that come in. And so I'm checking out the new Funko Pops that are coming in. And there is a Justin Herbert Funko Pop, like giant sized Funko Pop, one of the bigger ones, with this like Panini card back there. And I just thought it was the coolest thing. You don't normally see stuff like this in Iowa, and I had to grab it. I was like, that is the coolest thing. You guys actually ordered a Justin Herbert, and this is what I think makes the story entertaining and interesting, is that the lady from behind the counter, she goes, "Oh my goodness, thank you. Like, this came in yesterday, and I do the ordering, and I ordered a Patrick Mahomes." Keep in mind, we're in Iowa. It's kind of Chiefs territory. And she's like, I ordered a Patrick Mahomes and some other ones, and I've no idea how that one got ordered, but, it did. And we were kind of worried that it would never sell here in the middle of Iowa, because who likes the Los Angeles Chargers? So I'm so glad that you're buying it, basically. And I was like, yeah, man, I've been a Chargers fan my entire life. This is great. And I don't have to pay shipping and handling to get it here, and any sort of excessive eBay fees for Funko Pop, which I would have never bought it off eBay. But the fact that it was here in my town and at my comic store, gotta support your local comic shop. I thought it was cool. And that actually, they do this Funko Pop thing at my store. It's like a stamp. If you buy, I think it's 10 Funko Pops, you get the 11th one for free. And so they went ahead and counted this one as 2, and that got me to a free Funko Pop. So I went and I picked out a Nightwing. One of the characters I did not have, and he's one of my favorite characters. So now I have a Nightwing Funko Pop and a Justin Herbert Funko Pop to go into my ever-growing, hopefully I don't get too many more, Funko Pop collection. that's what I have today, guys. Remember, if you did like watch this far into the video and you like this kind of content, like, comment, be subscribed to the channel. Helps the YouTube algorithm show you, spread me out so more people find me. Super thanks. I really want to give a shout out to everyone that's helped me hit 700 subscribers. We did reach another milestone, and yeah, big hugs to the community. We'll see you guys next time, and have a great day.